Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Our today's class is about design patterns. This is from your unit 3. Okay. So, first of all, here we are going to discuss what is a pattern. A pattern describes a problem which occurs over and over again in our environment and then describes the core of the problem, which means here a pattern is one problem. Or in previous sessions we have learned a pattern in the sense it's related to a one module, one element, isn't it? So in software engineering or in software architecture, if you want to develop if you want to develop a module, sorry, if you want to develop a project, then we are going to divide that project into a number of modules. So here each and every module is called a one kind of problem, isn't it? Each and every module of a software project is called one problem. Now, okay, how to solve that problem? Now, we are going to discuss in this design patterns subject, okay, about how to solve a problem, okay, with best solutions, with best solutions. Before going to solve these problems, first of all, before going to implementation part of the solution, first of all, you should design those problems or those modules. Okay, so this is about a pattern. This is about a pattern. Actually, pattern is a one kind of module. So each and every module may fill up with some kind of problem. So what is a module? Module is one subpart of a overall project. Okay, our overall total, the project or product, whichever, okay, we are ready to develop. So those project is divided into a number of subparts. Okay, sub programs or subparts. Each part is called a module. So that module, how to design that module and how to implement that module. So such kinds of things are coming under a module description. Such kinds of things will coming under a module description. Here we are going to design modules. So why are we designing those modules? Each and every module is a collection of a problems or a problem. To solve those problems, we are in need of some kind of techniques. We are in need of some kinds of techniques here. Okay, this subject is going to provide those techniques or to find out the solutions for the patterns or modules. So that's why we call the subject as design patterns. We are going to design a patterns of a project. Clear? Pattern in the sense module of a project. After designing a pattern itself, then we are going to the implementation part. Clear? Now, designers reuse the solutions also, preferably the good ones. What designers will do? If they want to provide a solution to a pattern or solution to a module. So they may use existed ones also, existed designs, existed solutions to our problem. Okay, why? Because if our problem is related to existing problems, already they found one solution to that problems. Okay, we may we may inherit some properties from that particular solution whichever they were developed. Okay, whatever the existing things are available in real world, first of all we are getting ready to use that existing, okay, codes or existing applications or something to solve our current, okay, project problems. Why are we using those? To save our time, to save our money. Okay, why are we inherit the properties of existing things? Because to save our time. And if it is existent means if already some solutions are there means, so in yesterday's class, half the shelf components, in half the shelf components we have used the components directly which are available in market, okay, to provide a solution to our project problems. Directly we are purchasing, isn't it? So if it is suitable, directly we have used that one. If it is not suitable that much 100%, then we did some repair on that particular components. Okay. Later we will use that components into our project. Okay. By doing that, okay, we are going to save our time as well as our money. Okay. So here also every designer, every developer may use existing components, existing things into our project, into a design. Okay, so if you use existing things means it may call reusability, reusability of the code or reusability of the project. Okay, otherwise if that is not available in the market, so what we should do? We should develop, okay, customized components or solutions to our project. What is the half shelf and half the shelf components, and what is the customized components here? Half the shelf in the sense ready-made components, customized in the sense we are going to make solutions for the problem whichever we have in our project. Okay, according to our problem. If we are going to design something based on our business goals or our requirements, then such kind of projects or components are called customized components. Clear? So this design pattern's main goal is to develop customized products or customized things which are related to a project. Clear? So if those are available in market, they'll reuse that codes or solutions. If they are good. Okay, that is also called experience is what make one's what makes an one expert. Okay, whoever will be suggested about that product. Okay, that is based on experience. Okay, if you are going to develop something, So without knowing, without having any knowledge, are we ready to develop such kind of projects? No. Okay. With some, at least if we have experience, it's good enough to develop something. If we don't have that much of experience to develop something, what should we do? Okay, we are going to take some suggestions of experts or senior persons, experienced people into that particular area. Okay, we call them for evaluation of that particular project, or we call them for giving the suggestions, reviewing at the time of reviewing. Okay, by taking their valuable suggestions, accordingly, we'll work on our project. Clear? So, this is about, okay, reusability. And coming to the last one, problems are addressed without rediscovering solutions from the scratch. So, if we are addressing some problems, okay, we are finding the solutions to our problems. Okay, don't go back, don't search those solutions from a scrap. I mean, sometimes, okay, if it is a useful thing, you may take, but it's not a unuseful thing. Okay, don't go that old solutions. If you want to give better solutions, okay, okay, try to adapt the new technologies to produce a solution to your problems, right? And coming to the next slide. So actually, what is a design pattern here? A design pattern is a reusable solution to the problem that we encounter every day of programming. So what it is? It is a reusable solution for the problem, whatever the programming languages, okay, we are using in our daily life. And also design patterns are the best solutions for the reoccurring problems in the application programming environment. Okay, and also the design pattern is a general repeatable solution, general repeatable solution to a commonly occurring problems in software design. So these are the design patterns, are the solutions or which are commonly coming in a software development life cycle. Whatever the problems we may get while developing a software project. So these design patterns are the solutions to that particular problems. Okay, which kind of solutions are these? These are the reusable solutions. Okay, these are the reusable solutions, which means already these solutions are used by some other project or some other company. Okay, like that, like that. Or otherwise, if may, if may develop or design new solution for our project, how it will look like? It will be useful for some other projects. It will be useful for some other projects. Like that, we should design a solution to our problem. Okay, it should be useful for anybody if for similar kind of problems. If you develop such kind of designs, so then that is called the design patterns subject. Or if we'll see some other definition of design patterns, it is a description. It is a description or template how to solve a problem that can be used in many different situations. We may take other definition of a design pattern. So what is design pattern here? It is a description or template to solve a problem. Clear? So whatever the design patterns can be used in software development process, these are the tested and proven development paradigms only. So we have used one word, that is a template. Okay, design pattern is a template. So what is this template? Okay, is it good one or not? Like that, if we got some questions in our mind. Okay, so the templates whichever available in this design pattern subject, those are the good templates. Those are the okay checked ones, which means tested ones. Okay, tested solutions, tested approaches. Already somebody has used those solutions or gone through those templates or design patterns. Okay, after checking of those design pattern, those templates only, okay, we are going to use into our project development. Okay, nowadays if we are using one medicine, okay, to reduce the one disease, is it medicine came directly without any kind of tests or without any kind of permissions? No. Whenever one medicine is released into a market, it will be tested. Okay, first of all on animals, after that on some human beings. Okay, later it will be released into a, after taking some permissions. Okay, it will be proven practically, then only it will be released into a market, isn't it? So that is one history of a one tablet or one injection or something in real time. So like that, whatever the design pattern templates we have, those all design patterns are tested and proved templates only. Clear? So by this, these provide general solutions where we have some specific problems or similar problems. Clear? And coming to the, see the screen here. So here we have other 3 points in design patterns. What is the first one? Nearly a universal standard. What is the template we have designed? What each and every template or each and every design pattern is has a universal standard. Okay, which means throughout the universe anybody can use this kind of patterns, designs. Okay, coming to see the second point, responsible for design patterns analysis in other areas. Okay, what it is? It is responsible for design pattern analysis. So what are the design patterns are made newly? So those design patterns are analyzed. Okay, it should perform the analysis or new or existed ones. So for even graphical user interfaces also we are going to apply, okay, or analysis the graphical user interface templates also. And coming to the last point, it is the design patterns are mainly used in object oriented programming. So you should remember this word. Design patterns mainly used in object oriented programming. Okay, why? Because these solutions are evolved from the features of object oriented programming language only. What are the solutions we have in design patterns? Those solutions are taken, or those solutions are, okay, made from the features, whatever the important features are there in object oriented programming. By taking those features, then these solutions are developed. Clear? So that's why design patterns mainly used in object oriented programming language. And coming to the next slide, here there are four elements are there in these design patterns, or elements of design patterns. The first element of design pattern is pattern name. What it is? Pattern name. Second one is problem. Third one is solution, and fourth one is consequences. These four are the elements of a design patterns. So coming to the first element, okay, it's a pattern name. Pattern name is used to describe the design problem. Why are we using this one? To describe the design problem, and what is a problem, and how are we going to design that particular problem. Okay, so like that. So like that, we are going to use this pattern name. And second purpose is it is used to increase the vocabulary, okay, of a pattern name. And ACES design discussions, okay, it will give the details about design some design of a problem. And evaluation without implementation details, it will evaluate the whatever the design we are going to have, or we are going to design for a particular problem, okay, without implementation details, which means it is a one kind of feature of object oriented programming language. What it is? It will show the essential details by hiding the implementation details. Have you heard this definition in object oriented programming language? Hmm? Yes. Okay. One of the feature of the one of the feature of the object oriented programming language in the sense, okay, say abstraction. What is abstraction? It will show some essential details by hiding some implementation details of that language. Okay, that's why in previously that's why these design patterns or elements are S. Yes, right. Okay, so this is about pattern name. Pattern name is also a, first of all, if you want to design one template, okay, if you want to design one template for some problem, so each and every template should have a template name. So that is also called as a pattern name, isn't it? Coming to the second one, what is the second one here? Problem. So this is the second element of a pattern. In this second element, we are going to describe when to apply a pattern. When it describes the when we are going to apply some design. It may include conditions for the pattern to be applicable, and also symptoms of an inflexible designs or limitations. So it will describe about a problem. What is a problem? And is there any flexible solutions for this problem or not? If yes, what we have to do? If no, what we have to do? Like that, some conditions. Actually, it's a keen study about a problem, mentioning of a complete problem into that particular template. First of all, we should give a template name. Second one, what is a problem? Analysis of some that problem. Okay, and coming to the third one, solution. After analyzing a problem, what we have to do? We have to make one solution. Describes the elements for the design. Okay, which elements we need to solve that particular problem. Okay, it includes relationship, responsibilities and collaborations. It does not describe concrete designs or implementations. And a pattern is more of a template. Okay, so whatever we have template in the sense, just it will give names, not in detail description about a complete solution or complete problem in a particular template. Just there we have some outlines in the template, but here we are call it as a pattern. Okay, in this pattern we have given one name, pattern name, and what is a pattern problem, and also what is the solution for that problem. And finally we are going for a consequences. If we'll give some designs of, okay, if we give some elements to overcome that problem or to solve that problem, so what are the next consequences we will get? And if we'll go one kind of solution, is it perfectly work to that particular problem or not? If it is worked perfectly to that particular problem, is it effective any part of the overall system? Okay, other modules, is there any impact of that particular solution on the other parts of a project? Those are called the consequences. If we will use this kind of solution to this problem, is it get any kind of consequences? It will put any impacts on that particular same place, or otherwise in other places of that particular project. Okay, so what is the exact outputs, which means results? What are the trade-offs? Trade-offs in the sense where we should compromise. Okay, somewhere, somewhat we should compromise for some things. So what are those things? What are the areas? And what are the benefits and drawbacks? Compromising things, where we should compromise if we want to implement this particular design into this particular problem. Okay, so where should we compromise there? Money or time or some other things. So like that, we are going to discuss about some consequences of that particular patterns. So what we call pattern here? Here we call pattern is a problem. So now we are going to provide a solution to that problem. So that providing of solution to that problem is called a design patterns. So those problems are designed by using some techniques. How we are going to provide a solution to that problems? We are going to take existing solutions or existing templates, whichever we have designed for earlier problems. Okay, This is about the introduction of a design patterns. In this introduction, we have discussed only two things. First one is a definition of a design pattern, and the second one is a elements of a design pattern. Clear? Now I'm going to stop the class here. We'll continue in tomorrow's class.